Hello. Oh, nearly fell down in my seat. Hello, everybody out there. I don't know if you can hear me. Test, 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 test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello.
Hi, Skyjacker. Welcome to the Pitstop
Hello. You alright?
weekly. I'm ready. Oh, you got the music going, have you?
Yeah, stream's ready, mate. Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
All ready? Let's go.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. Go, go, go.
Right.
Go, 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 go.
Go. Right. Get the fuel in. Yes, this is the Pitstop. Welcome to the Pitstop. Wow. I'm listening to myself through Racer Brown.
Yeah, no, that's what I was just thinking. Hi, Racer Brown.
Hi, Racer.
Hello.
Hello.
It's not like you to be up this early.
I'm driving home.
Ah, that's why we can hear you. Yeah.
Should I put him in the audience?
Yeah.
Yeah. Please.
We should have meant to join us up on the... Well, when you get home, you're coming back up here for sure. How long is it going to take to get home?
No.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
he's gone.
That was a
Hi, hello.
quick treat.
We're here. We're at the pit stop. Look, people are gushing in
Yeah.
like a
roughly.
steady stream of patriotic VRC people
I love
worshipping at the cradle of racing.
the way that they'll just
Sucking at
come
the bosom.
bursting through the doors of the pit stop.
That's it.
Like a bunch of mad women at a next sale on Boxing Day.
It's the one. It's Black Friday.
It's Black Friday.
They
Yeah,
want to get their jeans.
yeah, man. There you go. Some more.
Mm.
Bouncers being good and letting them all in one at a time instead of them all stampeding in.
That's it. So here we are on our usual Wednesday pit stop with myself, Thingamajig, the man with the mouth, and the very delectable, delicious, delightful Skyjacker. And Dishel Blasphemy's got his arm up already.
Wow.
I was waving.
I was waving. Hello.
Rather than wanting to talk. Hello, everyone. So we'll do our week rundown because we're jam-packed this week. Loads to talk about. Did you like the title? Was it any good? Was it clever?
I'm not gonna lie. All I watched was the highlights from last week. We were busy VW, and I'd only watched the 15 minutes highlights. So I don't get the reference. The fact that Verstappen got DRS from Mick Schumacher to defend against Hamilton. Yeah.
That was it, right at the end. Or Hammy would have definitely had that one. The hamster would have been all over him.
Yeah, that's
So
Formula
he
One
was
though.
a very lucky boy. He's not the Messiah.
But those two are head and shoulders above everybody else on the grid at the minute, aren't they? Really?
I know. No one could keep up with him. I mean, Perez was thirsty. Like, I could have said something about Perez. Give the Mexican a drink.
Yeah, innit? Yeah.
But
Set up some sort of UNICEF thing for for Perez to get a drink in the middle of a race. How barbaric to expect him to carry on racing with no drink, eh? It's just
no, it's disgusting in that heat.
yeah.
So let's do our week highlight, shall we? So Thursday, the GTEMC Brands Hatch round
5. Round
6,
5.
wasn't it? 5.
Yeah, round 5.
I was waiting for you to fill the gap in then.
I did, but the word didn't come out loud enough for the microphone to pick up. So
Oh, rubbish.
yeah.
So we had a new winner in the GTMC this week, did we not? In the sprints.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't think he's won a race yet. Let me double check.
Not in GTMC. I mean, I think no, I don't think he's won one in Red Bull either. Mr. Stats. On his
Yeah,
stat
no,
sheet.
he's only that's his first race first win in GTMC. Now you're going to go and make me open the Red Bull ones, aren't you?
Oh, I thought it was one big page. I thought you had all of the stats on one.
Yeah, I do. Well, I do have like overall stats on one page. Yeah.
Yeah,
please,
that's the one. That's the one I thought you were going to.
bear with me, caller.
Wow,
No, that was his first win. The first win. He's had plenty of podiums.
Loads of podiums, but the first taste of that top step, and we know what happens as soon as someone gets on that top step. They just keep on winning. So we'll be seeing many more from the Uncle BD, I'm sure, in the future.
Yeah,
but Uncle BD won the sprint.
We've always said that he's one to watch, haven't we?
Yeah, and we did, and he won it in the same style as Sharon won last week. He just absolutely, whilst you lot all tussled and bustled each other, you, Liam, and Homesick again, he just disappeared off into the distance like a rhinestone cowboy.
Yeah, but
on his
from personal
steed.
From experience, though, I mean, Brands Hatch has always been a good track for the Subaru in the Group 4. So I knew if he was going to do it any track, it was going to be that one. But still, well done.
And then Homesick Alien got second, and yourself, on your streak as you are, got third place. Well done. Another podium.
Thank you very much.
You're going to have to build an extension on that trophy cupboard soon.
Yeah,
I heard you got yourself a couple of cups.
I have got a couple of cups, yeah.
Hey.
Trying them out, that later. Making sure everything's all right.
No. Yeah. Into the feature race then, and a Homesick no, sorry, I'm ignoring the results. Jim won that one quite convincingly. Did really well in the Ferrari. Couldn't get touched by anyone. No.
Oh, no,
unfortunately, that's what I want to be saying, but it did not go that way. But Homesick Alien got the win. Liam Anfield got that second place. You might notice Liam Anfield wasn't on the podium in the top three. He got bullied by Paddock Hill Bend, as many did. But yeah, you don't often see Liam throwing it off.
No, not really.
And he did at the sprint race, pushing too hard, I reckon.
He had me just behind him. I weren't far behind him when he went.
The pressure on.
Trying to.
That's it. So Homesick Alien got the win in the feature. Liam Anfield got second, and a Skyjacker again on the podium.
Yeah,
my lord!
But
somebody stop him.
From my point of view, though, those two pulled out points on me, so they've extended their gap in the table.
Yeah, I'm just heading down to the tables unless you're there first.
No, I'm not there.
All right, calm down. I'll be there soon. Right, I'm there. I'm there already. So you're too slow. I came first, you came second. So, Homesick Alien in the GTMC Drivers' Championship. Is Homesick Alien still at the top? But there is a rumour he might not be able to make Thursday. So, he's going to force a drop score himself.
Gasp.
All right. So, Homesick Alien at the top on 225 points. Liam Anfield in second on 221 points. Have you known a GTMC this close? 4 points. At the halfway point.
No. Season 1 was a whitewash by Niklas. Season 2, all right, it was close between Luke and Stig, but Stig kind of had control of it from fairly early on. Now I'm struggling.
Little's GG, was it?
Yeah, Little's GP just walked away with it in the Group A last season. Group B was quite close last season, but I don't think it was quite this close.
Unbelievable, 4 points. And did you see cheeky Liam Anfield midweek trying to get the Beamers into a practice lobby? He's trying to.
Oh, is he?
He's trying to get those. Yeah, he was offering to coach Pat around.
Well, good on him. Fair play.
For the next race. He wants to get those. Let's get those BMWs in front of the Nissans. That's what he's trying to do.
And fair play to him. I mean, we all want to see everybody get faster and get better and tighten up the pack a lot more. For me, I don't know. I think the Beamers are the next best car on the grid. But I think I'd hedge my bets on Uncle B and the Subaru because that's where the points are in the Group 3. Obviously, Uncle B's fast and quite quick, but he chews up his tyres
He's a
more than
tyre
anything.
killer,
Yeah, chews up his tyres in the Group 3 more than anything. But yeah, no, fair play to him, though. The more the merrier. The more fights, the better.
That's it. And so was Liam on 221. Yourself is in third in the tables, out of it, still mathematically in a chance with 214 points. Only 1 points behind Liam.
Yeah.
And what's that, 11 points behind Homesick?
Yeah, something like that.
But that's nothing. That's just one round, really. Could change all of that.
Yeah.
Double win you need at the Skyjack Cup.
Yeah,
How
I
you
struggle.
feeling about Nürburgring? You like the Nürburgring?
I do like the Nürburgring. I generally tend to go quite well there, but I had a run with Simon in the Group 3 yesterday. I was happy with it. But it's the Group 4 I struggle with more than anything. In his house. So we'll see.
Cool. Shiren in fourth on 197 points. Then Uncle B is in fifth on 148 points. Jim in sixth on 103. We've got a lovely little battle down here. We've got Jim in sixth on 103 points. Turtle in seventh on 100 points. Jokus in eighth on 100 points. Shadow Rider ninth on 100 points. And Pat in 10th on 97 points. And you could even add a Ranger into that in 11th on 85 points.
Yeah.
So
it's
that's
tight.
A lovely
very tight down the bottom end, down the middle to the bottom of the table.
Then Electric in 12th on 65 points. Bunny in 13th on 54 points. Simon in 14th on 53 points. There's only a 2 point between himself and Bunny. Arido in 15th on 38 points. Alpha Nut 16th on 33 points. GT Racer 9 in 17th on 19 points. And Mason in 18th on 7 points, which I saw his massive comeback, said he was ready.
And then he left again.
Return after one round of the GTMC, and he's left again. I know, I saw it today.
Yeah, I saw that. I just, I was just, leaving to...
Yeah, no, I mean, I giggled just because of the big announcement, and then 2 days later, he's left the server again, and I just thought, possibly not that ready to come back to GTMC then. But, I wondered. I thought his spot had got filled, so I wasn't sure
his spot was filled. Yeah, so but just before we move on, just a word about Jim, because I do think it deserves a nod. Brands Hatch is not.
I just gave him the win.
Brands Hatch is not an easy track, and that Ferrari is not an easy car.
No, he did amazing,
and he did really, really well. And I'm not going to lie, my heart sunk for him when I heard you saying it on the stream, that he'd had a spin, because deep down I was rooting for him to get a podium at least, if not take the win. Gutted for him, really am. Just keep plugging away, Jim.
I wanted to turn the stream off.
But yeah, definitely, he needs to keep plugging away, because better results will come, definitely, 100%.
Yes, no. Driver of the day for me.
Yeah, I'd say that easy. If we did a driver of the day award, yeah, Jim would have had my driver of the day for that race, definitely.
Well, he just controlled the first half of the race perfectly. He just did what he had to do, and he did it really well.
Yeah,
kept a lovely consistent pace on.
Didn't do anything silly. Yeah. Kept it on kept it on the island, and it was just a Sheen, wasn't it? A dipped a wheel at Sheen, which, let's face it, we've all done at some point. And unfortunately, as it was.
I don't think I've driven around Brands without having at least one off. So, and in that race, I think there was plenty of people who had offs. Either Paddock Hill or Sheen or Hawthorns or something like that. So
was that the race where we decided we needed red flags? Was it? By any chance?
Yeah,
no, don't worry then. Forget it. Carry on. What's next?
What would I miss something?
No. The race we decided to have red flags, or that we needed to. We come up with red flags was a race at Brands Hatch. But I can't remember what league it was or anything like that. But don't worry, carry on.
Ignore I think I was one of them. I think Dutch ploughed into everyone in Sheen. If I remember rightly.
I don't know. It was a while ago now. I just remember half the grid fell off the track for some reason.
I think it was MTCC. I think it was down into Sheen, and I think Dutch sort of late break behind, and about 5 of us all ended
might
up
have been.
at the Sheen. So, the top of the table in the GTMC is the Nissan on 209 points. Mostly your points.
Yeah.
Well, it's the manufacturer that finishes the lowest. If there's 2 manufacturers in there, they're the ones that add the points.
Yeah.
But yeah, you and Homesick slowly edging Nissan to their first GTMC manufacturers win championship. Doing very well indeed. Although Shadow Rider was very strong. He just finished in the feature off of the podium, didn't he, in the Porsche? So Shadow Rider will be adding more points to the Porsche. And, yeah. In second is Porsche on 183 points. We're only halfway, remember, so it's still not mathematically impossible for Porsche to get Nissan. Then in third, we've got Subaru on 148 points. Fourth, BMW on 115 points. Jaguar fifth on 93 points. That's Jokus all on his own, doing an absolute cracking job.
Yeah.
Sixth, Aston Martin, 88 points. Seventh, Mercedes on 85 points. Ferrari, 8th on 71 points. Toyota, 9th on 33 points. McLaren, 10th on 27 points. And Mitsubishi on 7 points.
Wow. 7.
I don't think Mitsubishi are going to be scoring any more points.
No, they're not going to be scoring any more. Why anybody would have the lunacy of picking Mitsubishi in GTMC, I do not know.
No. I do like the Mitsi, though, I must say. Hey, Racer Brown. I reckon Racer Brown will be able to do something with it.
Racer Brown can do anything with
a Mini.
What
was it? Yeah. I was going to say, he destroyed everyone, didn't he, in the Mitsi in the, was it something Atlantic? That season?
PRC.
American.
Yeah.
Yeah, the PRC.
Yeah.
And he really surprised me because I wouldn't have counted much on that Mitsi.
Yeah, but it's
powerhouse cars in there.
It's more the Group 4 Mitsi that's the problem. The Group 3 Mitsi's nice. I've raced in what was it, STCC way back when Hammer Games was an admin. I enjoyed it. I had good fun, some good races and some decent results considering the grid. But yeah, it's the Group 4 Mitsi that would let it down in GTMC. But
yeah.
Still. What's next?
So that's the GTMC. So next would be Friday night's entertainment, which we'll start with the Megane Trophies at Tokyo Expressway for round
4.
I'm waiting for you to fill the gap.
Round 4.
Round 4. Oh, sorry, your mic's breaking up a little bit. I don't know if anyone else can, is it, or if it's just for me.
Don't know. Is my mic breaking up? Anybody? Stick your hand up if it is. No, right. Thingamajig, you're the problem, not me.
Yeah. Oh my god, my rabbit's still out. And it's pitch black. I think he's just walked around to remind me.
Digi's got his hand up.
No, Digi's put his hand up.
He's put it down again now.
Yeah, well. Hang on. I'm just chasing the rabbit. Now you fucking little prick. Under the trampoline, you little bastard. Go on.
Mate, I don't miss trying to get rabbits in. Now it's just cats.
I feel like a fucking sheepdog. He goes in now. Run around the garden like a fucking lunatic.
Isn't this what you do between races on race nights?
That's right.
You disappear to go get the rabbits in.
Yeah. Well, rabbit.
Rabbit. Sorry, yeah. Rabbit.
That's it. Yeah, that's my in between race fun time. Go out there and chase the rabbit into the conservatory.
Burn off some of the adrenaline.
So, Megane Trophy at Tokyo Expressway for round 4. I'm back in the room now. I'm not out of breath, honestly. Guesty took the win. Guesty and Catula in second, and Talleyrand got third. My God, that was a tough one to commentate on. It really was. It was racing, absolutely. There was Catula and Guesty up front, swapping places all the time. And then there was you lot in the middle. And was there a load of bump drafting going on?
Yeah, there was quite a lot.
There's about 5 of you all in a bunch, and it was just swapping every time. And when I'm doing it, I'm always trying to keep an eye on
the ladder,
all the names.
Yeah.
So if I see them sort of swapping around, I can quickly go to them. And I think at one point I gave up with you lot. Catula and Guesty were leading the race, but they were swapping at every corner. So I was trying to concentrate on them, and then I could see just underneath them all your lot's names were shuffling. None of you were in the same position for longer than like one corner.
Yeah, it was.
So I kept coming back to see what you lot were up to, and it was just like, oh man, and it's so difficult because of them night races, and it's weird at Tokyo. Everything just looks yellow.
Well, that and the cameras aren't exactly a decent angle, are they? Because they're really, really close to the track. So
that's it.
And you know, when we're all in the same car, one car hides a load of others, doesn't it, from the camera? But yeah, it was an absolutely bonkers race. Me, Racer Brown, Homesick, Sharon, I think Alexis, and then towards the end, Talleyrand come steaming through and went, "Yeah, I'll have this podium, thanks, guys." But yeah, it was blinding race, loads of fun. Good watch.
It looked good. It looked good fun.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get to the table. Super GT. Super. There's a lot of super.
I'm there already if you want.
Well, you can do it if you want. I'm there, but you can.
Okay, I'll do this one then.
Last one out. We can take it in turns. Yeah, go on.
Why not? So the McGann Trophy table with Talleyrand top step with 61 points. We have myself behind him on 56. We've Guesty in third on 55, so that's really close. Homesick on 49 points, then Cthulhu on 40, then Mr. Alien Brown on 39, Digital Blasphemy on 38, but he has dropped around. I'm saying that, so has Cthulhu and Racer Brown. We have Jim on 36 points, Sharon on 36 points, JTX on 20, Alexis Maximus on 15, Noxie on 14, Turtle on 11, and Pat on 10.
It's tight stuff in it.
Very,
my
very,
gosh,
very tight. But again, though, we've had.
I still think. Sorry.
Again, we've had a different winner each and every single round, and there's not really been too many regular podium sitters other than Talleyrand.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely a mixed up grid, which is what we like. So yeah.
You should get I mean, it is a championship, but it'd be interesting as a full standalone championship. That one.
Yeah, with MTC format or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I know. There's talk about the old Porsche Sprint Trophy changing manufacturers each time.
Yeah, there's something that was
being the Sprint Trophy.
Yeah, that was something that was raised a little while ago when I believe Racer Brown was looking at alternatives to the GR3 and GR4 Porsches. From what I can gather, the N cars in the Porsches are a bit wily to handle, and let's face it, the GR1s won't suit a sprint format really. There's too much downforce to stay close to anybody. But yes, it's always an option, isn't it?
Manufacturer changing. Yeah, I like the idea. I think give everything a go. It'd be nice to see
Yeah,
Lambos,
the Ferrari Sprint Trophy, Lamborghini Sprint Trophy.
Make everyone do a season in the Bugatti, the boat.
The stately home.
It'll have the lowest. Yeah, it'd have the lowest sign-ups.
But he could do he could also do what he's doing with the GT3 West and make it like one big rolling one to keep people coming back. Maybe, I don't know. Just ideas.
Plenty of ideas, and we've got another game coming in March, which you don't know. I've seen a picture of a car, and I'd like to see the Alfa Romeo Sprint Trophy.
Yeah, I'd like to just see it, the Alfa Romeo in the MTCC. So that'd be good fun.
Yeah,
and it's 4-wheel drive.
Awesome stuff. So, well, yeah, like Talleyrand posted a picture of it, and it's in the game, so that's exciting stuff.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully a couple more of those kind of cars will be in there. I'd like to see some of them DTM cars.
Well, the Opel Calibre and stuff like that. Yeah.
Maybe some V8s.
Yeah, some touring cars. Some V8 touring cars would be nice.
Nice.
The old Falcon and the old Holden.
Yeah, man, that'd be awesome. So that'd be definitely on the endurance, I reckon. If they ever showed up.
Definitely, man. Homesick's been chomping at the bit for a super V8 Supercars championship for ages, but there's not really
Yeah.
many cars in GT Sport that you can get away with using. But we'll see what comes out, because less than half the car list has been released yet. So
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's even like you can see people I saw people discussing the tracks where I think Pat thought he saw Silverstone in one of the maps.
yeah,
And then someone else said, no, Apricot Hill. And
yeah, Jay was saying
Jay,
April Hill.
Jason.
Yeah.
So anything goes. Anything goes. It's exciting times. And then there was we'll chat about that. We'll do this anyway because we've got to chat about, because there was an interesting idea of crossovers as well. Like, there might be some GT7 nights and GT Sport nights. But
Yeah. Well, we'll chat about that in a little while.
Super Formula.
Yeah.
Super Formula, right, the final standings after Stewart, I am thinking, is Talleyrand took the win.
Yeah.
Racer Brown in second.
No.
No? Did he only get demoted to second place then?
Yeah. So Cthulhu used his boost in the first lap, which anybody who races in Super Formula is immediately a 30-second penalty. So Talleyrand finished, I think, 26 and a bit seconds behind Cthulhu, but Racer Brown was just over 30 seconds behind Cthulhu. So,
right.
yeah, so Talleyrand took the win. Cthulhu took second place, and Racer Brown rounded off the podium.
On my piece of paper, I've got you on the podium. Sorry, bud.
No, that's all right. Don't worry about it. I finished in fourth. To be fair, with the
Exactly does.
with the weight, I'm under no illusion that SF is probably beyond my reach because of the weight, and that Talleyrand is so fast despite having the weight. I'll put up a fight if I can, but yeah, chances are it's one man's title, I think. But yeah, it was still a good race.
He's won 2 already, hasn't
Yeah, well,
he?
no.
For a reason. No, he's won 2 championships. I mean.
Oh yeah, 2 championships. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, I don't know about the wins. He's won.
He's won
No,
one.
that was his first.
That was his first win this season.
Yeah, Racer Brown won the first, Homesick won the second, Guesty won the third one, and then now Talleyrand won the fourth.
Yeah.
I've got my own stat sheet now. I'm looking at the table. I just look for the pretty yellow ones.
I'm not going to lie,
I've
I've not actually updated my stat sheet for Super Formula this year yet.
So Talleyrand is leading the championship on 77 points. Mr. Skyjacker is in second on 66 points. Then Racer Brown in third on 63 points. Guesty is fourth on 61 points. That's a tight little battle there, isn't it? 66, 63, 61 points. Homesick Alien in fifth on 55 points. Doesn't look comfortable with the weight. Looked like he was struggling at Tokyo.
To be fair, though, last season, the other 2 seasons we've seen it with Tokyo is the guys with the weight really do struggle because of that straight.
It's a long straight, isn't it? Yeah. Shiren in sixth on 46 points. Digital Blasphemy seventh on 44 points, but he missed that round and he had internet problems, so he's already dropped a round, as has Shiren. So that's they want to watch at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Cthulhu also dropping around. He's on 42 points. So you can see a nice little tight battle down here with the guys who've dropped rounds.
Yeah.
Jim on 40 points. Alexis Maximus on 18 points. JTX on 10 points. Noxie is 12th on 10 points. Turtle is 13th on 9 points. Pat is 14th on 9 points. So they're teammates in GTMC and they're drawing level, Turtle and Pat, in the Super Formula. So very, very cool championship going on at the moment.
Very tight.
Very tight. Awesome stuff. Right, back to Pitstop. And then, special mention, a little bonus, Friday evening, we had the 1v1 final. Man alive, was that not a nail biter? Was that not intense?
That was intense. I mean, I didn't watch it live because I'm old and have to get my slippers and my blankie on and stuff like that. But I watched it the morning after, and I was on the edge of my seat rooting for Coy.
I know.
It's one of them tracks that produces races no matter who's on the grid, no matter how many people you got on the grid. Yeah, hats off.
It looked fantastic, yeah. But Koitsuk drew first blood by winning the first race. And then Homesick won the second race, and it was all looking very tight, and it could have gone either way.
Well, they both had offs in the third race, didn't they?
Yeah, but Coy not as bad as Homesick. Well, Homesick drew very close to the back of Coy. And in the third race, it was like Homesick, I think he gave the position back to Coy, because I think he might have given him a knock in the corner.
Yeah, in the second to last corner just before the chicane, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But
Homesick must have felt like, because the angle I saw it, you couldn't quite see if there was contact or not on the stream. But after the chicane, Homesick sort of lifted and let Coy go back ahead again, and it was like, oh my God, we're into the final lap. And yeah, some crazy stuff there, but in the end, Homesick managed to claw it back.
Yeah.
And by the skin of his teeth, he took the 1v1 champion. So does that mean he is the best out of all of VRC?
Yeah, well, he's the best. He's the best of everybody that took part.
Oh, hello.
But no, fair play to him, man. It's not an easy feat, is it, to win? What was it? 4 races back to back, 1-on-1? Because as we said right at the beginning, a dip wheel. That's all it's going to take. A mistake, a locked brake, or something like that. So yeah, I mean,
face some challenging people.
Yeah,
Goes good.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean,
Brown's damn good.
Yeah.
Was it Gazman or Daz?
I think it was Daz in the second round and Bunting in the first round for Homesick, if I remember rightly.
Bunting, not Binko, sorry. Bunting, yeah.
But either which way, you can only beat who's in front of you, or who else you got around you. So, and I wouldn't go as far as saying any of them were complete and utter walkovers.
No.
And one thing has definitely made me excited for is next year's, which.
Well, I'm hoping next year we can do it all in one whole evening or something. It shouldn't be too difficult, I would have thought. For some of the ideas that Talleyrand and myself have bounced between ourselves, it would be too big to do in one night. He's so disappointed. Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, we've had some ideas bouncing about of how to, include more people for a start. Maybe having a group stages. So, we could do bits of it in one night or something like that. The last few rounds in one night or something. But it would be fundamentally too big to cover in one night. That is fair enough.
But we'll see. We need to let the dust settle on this one first. And I think probably early in the year we'll start looking at our options and decide where to go. I think we might even wait for GT7 just to see what cars and other bits and pieces like that we can get out of it and go from there.
Mm. Split it over both games.
Quite possibly.
Pikes
I don't know.
Peak.
Yeah, Pikes Peak. Time trial. Yeah.
Up the hill.
Who's the fastest, and then down the hill. Up and down, combined times.
Yeah.
In the what was it? The Suzuki Escudo.
Oh, Suzuki, that was it. Not Nissan. I thought it was Nissan. That big red thing with
the big red thing with the monstrous rear wing. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
So, that was the 1v1. So, well done, Homesick Alien, the 1v1 champione. Not quite the best of all VRC, but on your way. And then on a Sunday evening, we had the
V-Dub.
V-Dub. Bug Enduro Cup, I still can't say. It's meant to roll off the tongue now.
V-Dub Bug.
The V-Dub Bug Enduro Cup. But the Beetle Cup, and it was an interesting race for me. I mean, I don't know about people partaking in it and stuff. There wasn't a major amount of racing going on, but it was like a chess game more so than anything. But I really enjoyed watching it. I mean, commentating on it, it was intriguing. It was interesting. It was wondering who was doing what, when, how they were saving. It was good stuff. for me anyway.
I got that from listening to the stream that you found it absolutely fascinating.
It was
from a racer's point of view. It was really, really hard work. I'm not going to lie. Having to do all the calculations on the fly and try and work out what other people are doing and whether you got enough fuel. It was a completely different style of racing to anything I've ever done before. Because I've done endurance races before, but they've always just been flat out or very, very near flat out. But with this one, it was a completely different discipline that I had to use, and the fact that I didn't have the pace of the guys ahead of me meant I couldn't keep up, so I couldn't use the slipstream, so I had to use other methods to try and eke out the strategy and stuff like that. But yeah, it was definitely different, 100% different.
Yeah. Well, Racer Brown took the win quite convincingly, it must be said. Although Digital Blasphemy stuck with him for a while, it went until the pit stops where I think Digital Blasphemy started probably saving a bit more fuel. I mean, there was only 5 seconds, 6 seconds between them for quite a while, and then I don't know if Racer Brown just found a nice rhythm, just got himself into the gist, and then he started pulling away. But
setting the lap times he was whilst fuel saving. There's not really going to be many others that are going to stick with him, to be fair. And I know Digital's really good at fuel saving and tyre saving, but Racer Brown was on another level on Sunday, an absolute another level.
But he has given it away. He was just going through the corners in higher gears. So for those who take part, that's one of the ways Racer Brown managed it. But yeah, Racer Brown took the win. Digital Blasphemy in second, and a real surprise for me, JOO Pace finished in third, and he was just ragging it. He did about four or maybe four pit stops, possibly five. I'm not sure. I lost count of his pit stops.
Five, I think I counted. Three in the first half, and then 2 in the second half, including one only 3 or 4 laps from the end or whatever it was.
He had I honestly didn't think that was going to work for him, but he managed to get it to work with all the pit stops and stuff, and he weren't filling up every time. He was only putting 3/4 of a tank in.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting strategy, but it got him a podium in the end. But I'm surprised he even changed tyres in half of those pit stops. I don't think he barely used the tyres, sort of thing.
Did notice that as well.
And it did raise some discussion. I saw in the VW chat, there was the guys chatting about torque and horsepower. I don't think I've ever seen any of that come up before in chats for championships. So that was very interesting.
That was Electric asking about that, wasn't it? Yeah, that sparked a conversation about it all.
It was intriguing to read. I was like, "Oh, look at this! They're all trying to work out a better way to save fuel," and so I'm interested in round 2 to see how that's going to turn out.
I think that's exactly what you were after with the championship, though, weren't it, man? A bit of extra, helping people out, trading tips and exchanging information and stuff like that. That's exactly what you were after. So
that's it. It was lovely to see. So I'll read the championship table out for this. The Beetle Cup, or the VW Enduro Cup. Oh well. So Racer Brown, I mean, there's only one round, but Racer Brown got maximum points. He got pole and fastest lap in that race. So he's on 20 points. Digital Blasphemy in second on 16 points. JOO Pace in third on 14 points. Fourth, yourself with 12 points. Matt Psycho in fifth on 11 points. And it was pretty close between you and Matt, for a good stint in that middle of the race. I wasn't sure. I couldn't call it between the two of you.
No,
I think Matt really had to go into fuel save at the end. You were always a little bit better than fuel.
Yeah,
and stuff. So he was pitting a bit earlier than you. I think that was.
The banker was that in that last stint, Matt was going to have to really fuel save to get to the 9 laps he needed without pitting.
I honestly thought with Jay's, the way Jay was going, I was expecting a couple more just to say sod this and floor it and pit stop. seeing how Jay was managing to get the pit stops in and still get overtakes done, and
Yeah, but
I thought there would be a couple of others giving up on it.
he had the pace to do it though, doing low to mid 52s the whole race, whereas most of us were doing well, I was doing 53, 54, 55s depending on where in my stint I was, and obviously looking at the guys behind, they were doing 53, 54s, 55s also, maybe not as consistently, but yeah, Jay just had the pace more than anything else, to which, when you've got some time in hand, you can afford to go to that level of strategy, and just go balls out.
So Matt Psycho 5th on 11, Katula in 6th on 10 points, Uncle B Darren 7th on 9 points, Koikap in 8th on 8 points, 9th for Jokers on 7 points, Daz in 10th on 6 points, and Rido in 11th on 5 points. So, yeah, very interesting championship. I'm looking forward to, I think it's Sardinia next.
Sardinia. A track we're all too familiar with.
Yeah, I chose everyone's favourites.
Oh no, I've not really ever driven Sardinia, so I don't know. I think I've only done it once in GTMC last year, and that was it.
Yeah, I think it's a fun track. It's all right. You don't have to go balls out there anyway. Just take a cruise.
Just cruise.
Cruise in a Beetle.
Just go low and slow, baby.
That's it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to round 2. See if anyone's picked up any tips on see if it's a little. Because the problem is, I think people are just getting used to the Beetle, like it is with the beginning of most rounds and stuff like that. There was a few offs. Early doors, which spread the field out a bit.
Yeah.
And the problem is, with that kind of championship where you got to save fuel as well, you can't really just rag it to try and catch the crowd back up, can you? You just got to stick to the plan.
If you rag it, you're stopping a lap or two earlier than everybody else. So yeah, it's going to hurt you in the long run. If anything, it'll be go even further with your fuel saving and try and extend a stint by a couple of laps or so, maybe. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Round 2 should be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then yesterday, which is not official, these are off of the stream. Oh my god, the stream was a nightmare. I don't know what was going on yesterday.
I was about to say major technical difficulties. What was it? Three separate streams in the end?
Yeah, I did like an 11-minute intro, and we were just getting ready for the qualifying, and there was a glitch. So I think the room got closed down. I thought it was me because the screen froze again. It was one of them froze screens, so I had to close the game down. But when I came back, I think the lobby had been shut down altogether anyway.
Right. Okay.
So I don't know if that one was me or if it was just the lobby in general. But yeah, the screen froze for me. And then we got the second race underway. I don't think we had to restart that one. I think Shuren had an issue and he just... Did he have an issue? No, he was in the race. Someone had an issue.
Yokas. Was it Yokas or
no,
electric?
it was electric in it. Okay, I can't remember.
I saw Yokas posting about not being able to start race 2.
No, yeah, I think it was Yokas in race 2. It might have been Kale in race 1, but someone had an issue on the somewhere abouts. But I think in the end they just quit out of it rather than restarting. But it was twitchy, and then come at the end of race 1, I kept just getting the signal of low internet, but everything I've got to tell me what the internet is on my devices was saying my internet was fine. I don't know if it was a server issue or if it was a my issue. I honestly don't know what it was. Because as soon as I started the second stream up again, it seemed okay. So
bizarre.
It was just a weird thing. Yeah, a weird one by all accounts. But it's Tuesday, isn't it? Anton's got his hands up already. We haven't even spoken about it yet. Just let me get through the results, Anton, and then I'll get you up. He loves to have a chat about Super GT.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
So, all right, then. Super GT. I haven't actually got the free 2-lap race. Oh yeah, it was my favourite track again.
Le Mans.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with the track. I mean, I've raced there before. It is fun to race there. Racing there's a lot more fun than talking about it. But it's just because a lot of it is flat out and it's just straight lines, and there's not really much I can say.
No,
it's like, oh yeah, look, there's a car going in a straight line there.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So yeah, it's a tricky one to comment from a commentator's angle. I'd say it's.
I know it's not your favourite to commentate on. Anybody who's watched the 2.5 hour streams from there know that it's not your favourite to commentate on.
I tried to keep the moaning down to a minimum, but it was a struggle for him out there as well. I mean, the fuel was tight. The fuel was really tight in that one.
Yeah.
So anyway, in the first race, Anton Poiker easily won that one. Easily, absolutely flew off of it like off the shovel, and took the win. Racer Brown in second, and Shiren got third. And I felt bad for our man Uncle B. He got pole, I believe, in the little 2-lap race, the qualifying race. Uncle B got himself on pole, but I don't know. There seemed a bit of a jumble up in the first in Dunlop curve, Dunlop chicane, and it just seemed to shuffle around a little bit. And guess who was there to pick up the pieces? The Flying Finn. So yeah, he took an early lead and absolutely romped it on all the way home. And then in race 2, Racer Brown took the win from Shiren, and Guesty got the final podium position. You may notice this, Guy Jack, there's no Anton Poiker in the top 3.
Yeah, I was just looking at the results. What did you do, Anton? Did you fall asleep in that race to end up in P4?
He went softs. He went softs first, but he didn't really build up a big lead. I was quite surprised. I thought he was going to try and run away with it, but I think with the fuel the way it was, I think he was probably. I'm talking for him. We'll get him up here and have a chat with him in a second. But I think he was possibly looking after his fuel in the first half of the race, because he just didn't get a massive lead. And then, as soon as everyone pitted, everyone behind him put the softs on. He had to put the hards on. And they just slowly caught him up. And I was wondering how far he'd drop. I thought, Racer Brown caught him up quite quickly, got by him. He was in second. And then I was thinking, Shiren's about 3 seconds behind. Maybe if Shiren really gets his head down, he might be able to catch him. And he did. And then, Guesty caught him. And I was like, wow, I didn't expect him to drop out of the top 3. But, yeah.
That's always the risk
with...
with...
let you come up then and say your piece. Right, then invite to speak. Anton Poiker, God bless you, man. All these people who come and listen, and they don't want to come up here and have a chat, but you, every week, you're happy to come up here and chat with us. So God bless you.
But it's normal for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
So how did you see Super GT going?
Well, it's quite close now because of the drop scores.
Oh yeah. I haven't got to the table. Yeah, I thought we'd have a quick chat with you and then I'll go on to the table. But because we were talking about results,
I think it's 6 points now.
Is that it?
Between me and Racer Brown.
But we haven't seen the table.
I've not released them yet. I've not done it.
Yeah, but I calculated
tabs
after
on it.
the second race yesterday.
Oh right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Close then. It's still 2 rounds to go in there. There's Suzuka, one of my favourites. See, that's the come up here. I don't like Le Mans, but next week we'll get my favourite track to commentate on. So yeah, it's ups and downs really.
Yeah, I think Suzuka is better track for me than Le Mans.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
What happened in race 2 then? How come you didn't pull out a huge lead on the other guys? Was you looking after fuel, like I surmised?
Well, I think the main thing that I lost at least 5 seconds, even more, because Jokas and his connection issue, and my car just stopped when the race starts.
Oh right, on the grid. Yeah.
I know immediately then. I raised my soft tires.
Yeah, because you got to the lead, and like I said, I thought you were going to open out a bigger gap, but yeah, I suppose you did get held up at the beginning there.
Yeah, when I was scoping, I know that gap isn't big enough.
Yeah,
That's always the risk with going with the soft tyre first. If you don't pull out, if something happens and you don't pull out a big enough gap, you're likely to get caught towards the end. But P4's nothing to be sniffed at, mate. Not really.
But I think this just my opinion that when someone has connection issue, we have to do restart, and if it happened same driver 2 times, he have to pull off. But that's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, normally, like we've said before, if there's connection issues with people like not being able to start quali or something like that, we'll only do one reset or one issue. Somebody who's been able to start quali or get into the race or something like that, if they have an issue on the grid or something, that I'm afraid is just, that's the same as a jump start. That's luck of the draw, and usually Jokas doesn't have connection issues normally. He's always been pretty solid with that side of things. So it's.
But it can happen any of us, even for me.
Exactly that. It can happen, and unfortunately, it's like when somebody has a full start, the car just stops dead in the track, and you've got to have your wits about you to avoid. It's for me, that's the same deal. As unfortunate as it is, it's just the luck of the draw, the way the cookie crumbles. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Rough with this move.
Still.
Yeah.
You need some obstacles anyway, Anton, or it would be too easy.
but only 6 points.
Yeah, but getting tight.
Let's face it though, man. You drove into the back of Jokas on purpose just to make it more exciting, because the last 2 weeks we've been saying that your grip's been getting tighter and tighter. You just thought, I'll just let them off. I'll give them some juice to stew over. Is that what you've been doing?
Well, no.
And the last round, really, you can't. That's not a slam dunk for anyone, is it? Really? Is it the long Nürburgring?
Yeah,
I'm assuming it is.
Yeah, the full one.
It is.
Yeah.
Full beans.
Yeah.
Oof. In the Group 2 cars.
In a Group 2 car.
Oh, God, that's going to be tricky stuff.
Well, I got eight wins in a row, and they're only 6 points ahead. Very so proud.
Yeah, race around. He's keeping track of you.
Yeah. But is there some reason that who wins the race get only 1 point more than seconds? Is there some reason of that?
It's just the points table that Racer Brown chose when he drew up the rules. It's just
the Beatles on Sunday, I did it so there's 2 points difference just for podium sitters. I think.
Yeah, like SF's got Formula One points table. It's what we do to try and either bring it closer together or reward the winner more or something like that. It's just we if you have a look at all of our points for winning or for finishing positions, they're all slightly different to fit the vibe of the championship that we want. And generally, they do tend to work out really quite well, and do normally lead to quite close championships. I mean, we said it a couple of weeks ago that championships just seem to be getting closer and closer and closer. There's very, very rarely one guy who walks it anymore. I can't remember the last time somebody just walked a championship. So
even to the point where people have lost the championships on drop scores. There's been different people leading the table.
Yeah.
Guesty told you. Was you one of them, Skyjacker? Did you lose a championship from drop scores or something? And Guesty definitely has. I know that.
I lost the last GTMC lobby B on drop scores. Guesty's lost 2 on drop scores. Sharon lost 1 on count back. So we've had all sorts, but it's just the vibe of the championship that we want, mate. That's it. It's just who the admin decides how close they want the championship to be, or if it's fairly even on the cars or something like that. It's just we change it for each individual championship.
Okay, yeah.
So at least you know, Anton, with all them wins, you know, if you and Racer Brown do end up even Stevens, you're going to probably win it on countback.
Yeah, but
You don't want to win it on countback.
but we have three more races left.
Jay,
Two
two rounds.
Yeah, but two in Suzuka and the final one.
But I believe,
One race at Nürburgring, is it?
Yeah.
and it's double points.
Ooh. It's what, double points?
Yeah, if I remember rightly. I'm just checking the rules now.
Is the triple points?
Triple points, double points.
But you're worrying too soon about this championship then, Anton. It's that last round you're going to have to be looking at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last race will be 1.5 hours, 3 choice of tyres and no qualifying. Triple points on offer, yeah.
Is the rolling start in there?
I'd imagine it's a rolling start. The grid won't even fit on the grid, would it?
It doesn't say.
I don't know. Racer Brown would have to be the man to answer that. He'd probably send you a message, Skyjacket, and never comes up and talks. Unless he's driving.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll find that out for you.
Yeah,
Anton,
we'll find
out.
We'll get Racer Brown to clarify all of that before the Nürburgring round anyway. I'm sure we'll write it up in the chat for it. Alright?
I'm gonna have to get someone to actually, because I think I'm doing them off the replays. I'm gonna have to get someone to actually open the lobby and sit there and save the replay. I think for that one, so I might not be there for it live. I was going to do it off the replay, but I didn't realise it was a one race thing.
Yeah, well, that brings us on to our next subject then, doesn't it? Or one of our next.
Well, I've got to do the table. So,
go on
Anton,
and do the table.
Anything else, my old lovey?
Well, what weight and power you use in Super GT Season 1? Is it the same or?
Sorry, what was that, mate?
The power and weight, is it the same as Season 1? Season 1?
Oh, no, Season 1, they started off with BOP, but
okay.
I believe some people cried about the NSX being underpowered, so they the admin at the time created their own BOP to bring the NSX into the fold, but I believe Racer Brown's just gone back to standard BOP.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, Anton. I've got my fingers crossed. Well, I think you're going to win it. Don't worry about it. I think you're going to be. I think it's all good.
Yeah.
Suzuka, especially Suzuka. That's going to be well. I don't know, because Racer Brown done well Suzuka a few times as well. So it's interesting. It's interesting stuff. I can't wait till
Anton quickly. Nürburgring will be a standing start. I've just been told.
Ooh.
So is it a grid start for
Nürburgring? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right then.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Cool. Well, good luck for Tuesday.
Cool. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
All right then, bud. I'll speak to you later.
Yeah, see you.
Cool.
Oh, I thought everybody had disappeared just then. I was like, oh. Sorry, what?
I didn't know. I was going to do the table, but they don't release the table yet, do they? So
No, they don't. They don't release the table yet because they haven't sorted out the stewarding yet.
No.
No.
Sorry. Well, that's it then. We're on to whatever subject. Is there something you want to talk about?
No. Well, yeah and no.
You've been hinting about something.
Okay, so yeah, so me and Tyler have been chatting. We're going to shuffle up some bits and pieces early on in the year, in January, because there's no confirmation of whether my personal favourite car is going to be available in GT7. We will be kicking off the new year on Fridays with WRX Challenge for Excuse me.
That was me cheering, but I was at the time. But, yay!
For a 12-week season.
12 weeks?
12 weeks.
Get on town.
Just in case. Give it one last hurrah. So that will take us up to the end of March. So then by then we should have a good grasp of what cars are available, and that also give Talleyrand a few weeks to have a look and decide for cars and bits and pieces like that for an MTCC, which, given it was our very first league, it seems to be quite fitting that it should be one of the first ones we run on GT7. So you're looking at April time before MTCC season 5, I think it is, kicks off. Somebody asked that earlier, so I thought I'd better clarify it.
Yeah. So when is WRX kicking off then, or have you not got
the first Friday? No, the first Friday in January. So January the 7th, I believe it is.
Excellent.
The info's in the info channel. And yeah, so the info's all there. I believe Talleyrand's going to update the calendar once he gets a chance. So yeah, it's going to be a 12-week season of everything that GT Sport has to offer in one of the best cars in the game, in my opinion anyway.
It's like our goodbye to GT Sport. Although someone said about, are we going to be running GT Sport and GT6? Because they did point out not everyone will probably be running GT7.
Yeah, that is a point. So yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It's not something that we've discussed yet, but yeah, I'm sure that there will be at least one day a week or something like that, or maybe we alternate between seasons until the vast majority of us, or every one of us, has GT7, and then hopefully in the first half of the year, maybe the first 9 months, we can make that full switch and leave GTS behind. But we'll see. Obviously, we want to try and do what we can to keep every single member racing who wants to race throughout the transition period, if you want to call it that. So yeah, that's the gist of what I think is going to happen. But we'll have to sit down later on and have a proper discussion as admin about it.
I'm going to ask Santa to pre-order it for me.
Yeah, I think Santa's going to pre-order mine as well.
Not the bloody digital, what is it, 120 quid one or whatever it is, 25th anniversary digital bloody.
I don't know. I couldn't ever buy a digital game really. The free games digital, yeah, fine, but not actually physically owning a hard copy. Yeah, don't ring right to me. But
no, but they've got like 3 different levels, haven't they? There's just the ordinary GT7. I think there's a GT7 Deluxe, and then there's like the GT7 25th anniversary special, which I think all you do is get a fancy book with it or something like that.
Well, probably a fancy book and maybe a couple of extra helmets or something stupid like that, and some extra credits to kick off the game with. But Father Christmas got me GT Sport on pre-order, so I'm hoping Father Christmas also gets me GT7 on pre-order.
You listening, Miss Skyjacker?
She's got her headphones on, mate. She's got her headphones on. She ain't listening to nothing apart from her music. So, yeah, I can't work out.
I imagine most of us in here are probably going to be asking Santi for it. But
we don't know. Everybody's in different circumstances, so we'll try and keep it as fair as possible and not, try and keep as many people racing as possible.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds good to me.
And then the final one is to do with yourself, really, more than anything. And do you want to take the honours on this one?
I can do. It's a strange one, because for me, I'm both gutted and chuffed at the same time. I'm returning back onto night shift, so that's a 30% pay rise for me. Ka-ching!
You can't knock at that, can you?
I am more of a night owl than I am a day person anyway, so it's a real struggle for me getting up in the mornings. I do not enjoy dragging my ass out of bed. I've always been more of a night shift person than a day shift. So in that sort of side of things, it's great, but it means that the streams will. Although I've been trying to look at the positives, and all of this weird glitchy shit that we've been having lately won't happen anymore in the streams.
No, because you'll have the replays. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be doing replays in the morning, so you won't miss a single thing. And again, I get to do replays more with the stream, with the replays. I can click back a few. If there's a position change, I can usually click it back and see the actual position change.
Yeah. So replays, races on the streams will now be twice as long as they originally were, because Thingamajig is always bouncing back to see passes, which I do like that part of a replay stream. I'm not going to deny it. There is also something that will be missed from the live streams, but obviously I know that you will still be able to do a few or a couple a week or whatever it is that you'll be able to do live. So
Fridays and Sundays.
Yeah, it's not.
Fridays and Sundays will still be there for your entertainment, me live, so you can chat to me in the live stream. But yeah, it's just Tuesdays and Thursdays really is the ones I can't cover, but I will cover the replays. So all you hosts out there, make sure you've got plenty of space on your hard drives.
Yeah.
So you can save them replays and get a double, get someone else, get a number 2 to also save your replays as well. So double the chance.
Well, I'm sure that's going to be homesick for both me and Racer Brown, isn't it? Homesick.
Well, he's been moaning he hasn't got a room, and I don't know how that is. He's meant to have a brand new PS5. I'm assuming he's still racing on his PS4 with that GT Sport. He doesn't want to lose all his liveries, obviously, because he said the other day he didn't have enough room to save the replay. And I thought, hang on a minute, you should have loads of room. You got a brand new console, but I'm assuming he's still got the old console up and going. He's probably just playing. I don't know. What's that game? The one that comes with PS5, the silly one where you just get all the nostalgia. You just pick up things and it says you've won and it's something from like the old PlayStation. I won an Ethernet cable thing, or that Ethernet thing that plugged into the back of the PS2 when they first went internet. Big clunky black thing that plugged into the back of your PS2.
I remember that. But also the biggest downside to Thingamajig going back on tonight's is, unless we can work something else out that suits both of us, this probably won't happen on a Wednesday night again for a long time. Anyway.
No, I've given it some thought. I don't think it needs to finish thought. I think you and Anton Poika should co-host Wednesday night pit stops.
Well, like I said, I think that a deeper discussion needs to be had. But yeah, for now, anyway, it's quite uncertain as to when these will happen or if these will happen. Which I'll be gutted because I enjoy doing these. As much as I dislike listening to my own voice, and as much as I feel like I'm just waffling on most of the time.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just do it on the headphones, and see, I don't know if it still goes on a Wednesday. There might be opportunities to be able for me to plug my headphones in and join as a guest on a Wednesday night. But if I'm busy or I'm in the trim shop, it'll be difficult because they're noisy in the trim shop when I'm in there actually grinding away at a bit of carbon.
Yeah, exactly. Whether or not you'd be able to talk, you might be able to listen, unless I don't really hold out much hope of the other admin stepping up, because when the days where I've had to go to be away for work, they've all chickened out, haven't they?
But we had a brief conversation trying to eke out a bit of room on the weekend. I know Saturdays are a definite no for you, but I don't know. Maybe we'll get up early. We'll both sneak up early on a Sunday or something before the rest of the family are up and run one.
Maybe, but like I said, for the time being, it's uncertain. So I just wanted to make everybody else aware. That's all. So we'll see.
Yeah, you get your Wednesdays back, boys. You don't have to listen to us two waffle on. It is sad. No, I'm gutted. I do enjoy the pit stop. I'm only joking and stuff like that, but I'm trying not to be too downhearted because, and plus day shift, I don't have to put up with the dorks that work there. There's some
Do you
real
not like the
fucking
day shift
numpties
there?
at my place. There is some real idiots.
Okay.
So yeah, I avoid all of those people. And I've got, and there's too many people in charge. That's the problem. I have a real issue with authority. I'm 44 now. I should learn my place, but I really do. But the problem is because I'm good at my job and they let me get away with too much.
Right. Okay.
So when they try and get bossy with me, I pretty much just tell them where to go, and it frustrates them. It frustrates me, and it's. I think they're happy to see me go on tonight just to get me out of the way because they still get the work done, but they don't have to deal with me.
Okay.
But yeah.
And one more little bit. I've got a tester of things that I mentioned last week, and it's cool. And yeah, you alluded to it earlier. I really like it, and I hope we move forward with it with some merch.
Yeah, you should put. Yeah, how much do you want to talk about it? I don't know because the store's not open in Discord yet, are they? I don't know how you've managed to get yourself on your hands on a couple of things.
Oh well,
the handle's not fallen off yet. Then have you had a cup of tea in one?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I've had a cup of coffee in one. Yeah, well, I made it whilst I was waiting for you to load up. So hold on then.
That's cool. Oh, Matt Psycho wants to come and chat. He's going to host.
He's going
to come and host Pitstop. Hang on, let me get you up there, Matt. Invite to speak. He'd be in band practice playing his guitar. Hello?
Can you hear me okay? No.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, lovely and clear. But then you just... Yep, no, lovely and clear.
Cool.
Ooh,
The VW is interesting.
The what?
The VW is interesting.
It is, isn't it? It's one way to describe it. I really enjoyed... Like I said, I enjoyed doing the commentary. I was well aware that when I was doing it, and I knew I was just talking about fuel a lot, and I was talking about more technical parts of racing rather than just all and out like doing that horse racing style thing as they say I do when I'm just saying blah, 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 blah. It was more, I don't know, it was more of a deeper analysing into racing sort of styles and stuff like that. It was, I mean, I don't know what it comes across like in the screen, and Skyjacker said when he was racing, he's never thought so much before racing.
I hated it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's not your cup of tea though, is it, Matt, at all?
No, you've probably always noticed that whenever we do any sort of endurance, I'm always flat out, loads of stops. But yeah, I came out of it thinking, I'm not keen on the Beetle, and I was on strap mode 4 at one point. But then I did some testing. I've been basically looking at torque graphs all week. You brought the degree out, the nerdness coming out. So I've been doing straight line tests and stuff, and I did the test around Sardinia, and it's made me relearn how to drive, which has been quite interesting. So yeah, thank you. Actually, it's been a completely different challenge.
Yeah,
I wasn't
like
liking you Sunday night, but now I am.
Oh, hey, that's something. It's looking up. Yeah, it's like a 4-hour race condensed into an hour. That's what you've got to think of it like.
It's just the Beetle's totally different driving style that I've not driven. I've only got a fairly limited, I've sort of got a fairly narrow band Group 3 car experience. But yeah, I mean, just ragging it is slow and it uses fuel. And that was really, when I did some testing afterwards, yeah, short shifting makes such a difference. It's like a huge difference in fuel, and it's pretty much as quick. So yeah, that was quite a bit of an eye opener this week. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to Sardinia now.
Yeah, me too. I am. I don't know. There was a lot of people out there. They were sliding them cars through the corner. I don't know what the handling's like, but you saw a lot of power slides going on. I thought, hey, I like this.
It was easy to hold in a slide.
Yeah, it's quite benign, isn't it, the Beetle?
Yeah. I had it out sideways a couple of times through the Banky Boy hairpin in quali. I was amazed that the back end stayed where it did, giving us a Group 3, but it's got plenty of rear end grip. But yeah, Sardinia will be fun, definitely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Just hope I can get you
Cool.
behind me again.
Oh, well, that's good.
Doubtful.
Yeah, no, you were my nerve. You were the nervous one I was about, Matt. I thought, oh, he's not gonna hang around. He's not gonna like this.
Well, Sunday night I was like,
to
oh,
rag
I'm
it.
not keen on the cars because I like the bigger cars anyway. I like the Group 2s and above. So I can't get on with the Beetle. It's not leery enough for me, and the fuel was just doing my head in. I was like, I think the Sky was behind me, and I was on strut mode 9 doing like 2-minute 10 lap times. Thinking, oh, it's just desperate. But yeah, so I've done a bit of testing. It's like, I think I've worked out that you just don't, redlining it doesn't work. You have to do something different, which is kind of interesting. When's the next 2.5? By the way,
Any
plans?
Homesick.
Yeah, piece of string on that one. I've not heard anything from Homesick about it yet. So
I told him to do Suzuka in the Group 2s and Group 4s, and he seemed to like the idea, but it's all down to him. I think it'll be in the new year, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
We had one quite early, didn't we? It was sort of a month and a bit apart.
Well,
the
12 weeks
idea.
are going to be filled by the WRX, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
WRX is getting in the way.
Yeah, man, best car in the game. But we try to do 2.5s, 1 a quarter. Obviously, then that has to fit in around what else we've got going on.
When was the last one? It was September-ish, wasn't
Yeah, ish. Well, it was the same time, the week after Le Mans, or the actual real life Le Mans.
It was Le Mans, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
it? Best. We'll let that one go. We won't mention that race.
Yeah, it was September, middle of September. But I do know that there is a few blank days on the calendar. Early mid-December, if I remember rightly, after Super Formula finishes. So whether Homesick's got his eye on one of them or not, I don't know.
Shoot on one in.
I'm sure he will.
I imagine there'll be a 2.5 hour in between after the Super Formulas, before the WRXs. I guess I can't speak for Alien, but I reckon he'd be up for doing one. It's just a question of where and what in. Is what
2.5 hours in the Red Bulls and Super Formulas. There you go.
Yeah.
Not the Red Bulls.
In the Beatles, with
The
times 5
Beatles,
fuel.
yeah, with immense fuel. But obviously, with the you were thinking he was champion Suzuka in the SFs before the SF season started, so I think that one's now off the table.
Yeah,
but
that was just because I wanted the SFs. I was trying to force Talleyrand's hand. I thought, if he gets worried that there's an SF being used, he might rush with the championship.
Yeah, which it worked, didn't it?
I don't know. I think he always planned it, didn't he? Talleyrand doesn't usually get forced into doing anything. He doesn't.
No, and he quite often plays his cards close to his chest. But yeah, fair play. His prerogative. He's the gaffer. Can do what he likes.
All right. But yeah, I don't know. Homesick's doing a lot of work at the moment. He missed Thursday, wasn't he? Because he was doing a bit of overtime. He's got to try and save up for my Christmas present.
Your Christmas present.
GTs.
Is he your Father Christmas? Speaking of that, Binko just fired me some info. Apparently, the PS5 GT7 25th anniversary disc edition comes with a free PS4 digital edition as well. So anyone wanting to go from PS4 to PS5, then that's a way of them saving a bit. Apparently, that's the difference. That's why it's so expensive, because it gives you 2 licenses in one.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's handy if you've still got a PS4 but you plan to get a PS5 like me. I haven't even turned that PS4 on since getting the PS5.
No, mine's in a box waiting for me to decorate my bedroom so I can set it up to the TV in the bedroom. But yeah, I'm only just finishing up my living room after 2 months. So, anyway.
No wonder Mrs. Skyjack is sat there listening to music. She's just drenched in disappointment.
Yeah, it's fine. Super disappointed. I don't mind. But
I shall leave you to carry on DIY.
no,
All
I'm
right,
sick
mate.
of it.
Nice
And
to
I
speak
hate
to you,
it.
Matt. And you'll be the first to know about the 2.5 hour, I'm sure.
Yeah, I bug Homesick regularly.
I'll give him some more then.
He loves it. Yeah.
Cheers, boys.
All right, man.
Cheers,
I'll
mate.
put you in the audience. I think Didge still had his hands up because I know you've got to go in about 10 minutes. So
Yeah,
quick
I've
one
got
from
to be
Didge.
quick. Yeah.
If he still wants to, he hasn't got his hand up, but I can invite him to speak. See if he's still interested. He's probably on a fare now, isn't he? He's probably between fares. I don't know what he does for a living. Oh, here he is.
Did you? What do you do for a living, mate?
Assume he's a taxi driver. He goes on about driving.
No. I'm delivering much needed supplies to many students.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
Fair
nice.
enough.
That sounds like some sort of dealer. No, I'm not going to.
I fucking wish, mate. I wish. Chinese and Indian, mate. Chinese and Indian.
Oh, right.
That's all I deal in. It's only good stuff.
Oh, we thought it was a taxi driver. Oh, God, could you imagine getting in the back of Digital Plastics guy? You've seen how you
Mate,
look.
well, I wouldn't be using much fuel, that's for sure.
Or tyres. Or tyres.
Done very well in the Beatles, didn't you?
Mate, I tell you, it was really, really. How do I say this? Sterile would be a word to describe it.
Not your usual racing experience.
Yeah, it's normally a bit more hectic than that. It was a bit sterile. After the first pit stops, everybody was pretty much spread out, and that was pretty much the end of the racing. But yeah, the fuel saving and stuff, I'm always good at that. That's kind of how I drive all the time anyway. So, yeah, I'm not the fastest dude on the circuit, but I will go further than most on my tyres and fuel. So,
No, you're second fastest on the night.
Well,
And Racer Brown is of alien species anyway. He's not one of us.
yeah. Oh, how he was finding 152s and still fuel saving.
151s and still fuel saving.
I'm still trying to work that one out. I can do 151s, but there's no way I can fuel save doing those times.
No.
And I know where to shift in pretty much all of the turbo cars. So, yeah, it's a bit of a sterile race.
Yeah, admittedly, there wasn't a massive amount
I
of
don't know
on
if
track.
it's hard and fast if it has to stay this way an hour. Doing the sterile racing, or if you want to switch it up and do maybe half an hour and then reverse grid half an hour, definitely spice it up a bit. But yeah.
Well, the thing is, obviously, as Thingy said earlier, there was quite a few people having offs early doors who more than likely would have been a bit further up the grid than what they were. Cthulhu's one that springs to mind immediately. He's, me and him are fairly similar on pace on most things that we race together in. I think it was because round one, most people getting used to the car and trying to deal with a strategy and trying to come up with a strategy and stuff like that. I think that was the difference. I mean, I tried my hardest to keep up with you at the first stint. I just couldn't match your pace with the level of fuel saving I was trying to achieve, which turned out to be the exact same amount of fuel saving that you guys were doing, just with a much faster pace than what I was. But yeah, just I think see what it's like over the next 2 or 3 rounds, and then if it does just constantly end up with 10-second gaps between everybody in the first half of the race, I'm sure Thingy will look at maybe changing something or other, but we've got to give it a chance first before we even suggest anything else, mate.
Of course, mate. Of course. It's just suggestions. That's
Yeah,
all, mate. I'm perfectly happy to drive. I drive for fun, so.
Yes.
I don't mind first, second, last. It don't bother me as long as I have a good time doing so.
Yeah, and I'm of the same sentiment, mate.
it was a bit of a struggle to find the joy in that one. Apart from I managed to get second.
Yeah, well, that's joy in everything, isn't it? You know, sitting on the podium. I know plenty of people that would bite your hand off for a podium place, especially, you know, with a solid grid.
Yeah. With the guys we're racing against, I'm happy to just be around. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm quick at certain places.
I'm
absolutely fuming about East Outer Loop, mate.
Yeah, I gather, man.
I had that on lock. I was literally flat out, and when I tell you flat out, I mean flat out. But other than the hairpins, the hairpin at one end and turn one at the other end, other than that, I was flat out.
I was only actually having to
38, 37s.
Right, that's
Sorry,
fast.
Whatever it was.
But,
I think you was on 40s or something. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But
and Cthulhu was in 37s, wasn't he? If I remember rightly, he was
Cthulhu. I had a bit of a practice with Cthulhu before the race, and I managed to get into that lobby, and I was just disappearing from Cthulhu.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
I mean, flat,
gutted.
the whole after the first. So you got turn 1, turn 2. And then just straight up flat, no top gear, flat to the floor, no lifts, nothing, all the way to the hairpin.
So I can, you know, the left, the right left chicane before the hairpin. That was the only point I was having to lift for.
No, you can do it. It's doable. You just got to catch the right line. There's a line where it's ballsy.
Yeah.
But it's going to sound stupid, but I've discovered that I'm turning in too early in a lot of cases. It's not every race, not every track, not every corner, but in some, particularly that corner that you're referring to in the Super Formula, if you turn in early, you're going to hit the wall.
Yeah, I found that out really early on in my practice. But
if you turn in late,
you're going to hit the wall.
You're on no. Yeah, the car comes over the hill. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you go over the hill, and then it flattens out a little bit.
Yeah.
And if you wait a split second on turning, you feel like you're going to go too far into the corner, but you don't.
Okay.
It goes onto a flat. It goes onto a flatter section, and it goes. Don't ask me how. I'm turning in later, but making the corner.
Joe, what's crazy though? I think you and I were meant to be on the same weight on that round as well. So to hear that you were going 3 seconds a lap faster than me was a bit soul destroying. I'm glad you didn't show up.
Mate, it wasn't for lack of trying, mate. It wasn't for lack of trying.
No, I know, man. I know you were trying. I
was absolutely seething, mate. I was absolutely seething. I nearly smashed the fucking router up. It was that track there is probably. It's not my favourite track. But I can absolutely gun it. I can absolutely gun it there.
Remember you came in it in VGTs?
Yeah, first round of VGT. Yeah, you dominated that one.
The VGTs, you have to slow down with those things though. In a Super Formula, you can get away with it. What was I going to say?
You'll have to lobby Homesick to do the next endurance at Tokyo Expressway though. Just to give you another chance.
You know what? I'll come to the conclusion that in these clubs, I just keep my mouth shut and race. Everything goes fine.
Well, is it when you open your mouth? Is that when things go P-tong? Is it?
Yeah, it all goes a bit pear-shaped when I start opening my mouth. So keep my mouth shut and just race, and everything's all right.
You can always try in suggestions like at the moment. I think Pat's trying to put something together, but if you ever fancy it, you try and run something yourself.
I'd love to host something personally, but to be honest with you, my internet connection is just about good enough to keep me on the track. And the last thing
but even if you put something up in the suggestions channel, and you want to manage it and deal with the everything else that comes with it, like picking the track, the settings, everything like that, I'm sure one of us will be more than happy to host for you if that's the case.
Yeah, because Skyjacker hosts for me on a Sunday evening, just because of the streaming and stuff.
Yeah.
So if you've got any ideas, you're more than put in the suggestions. Get someone on board to help you host, and
Okay, cool.
That's what it's all about. We've always got people in who want the one-off races. We're always getting people coming in when we're in the middle of championships that are saying, "Oh, is there any racing?" And it's like, well, everything's signed up, so we need more of these one-off nights for people.
So more like open lobby type things, or
open lobbies. Yeah, to open it up to absolutely anybody who wants to turn up. In the server, obviously we don't.
I mean, we'll have a chat about that at a later stage.
Yeah, just drop me a message, right?
Yeah. But I would be interested in doing something. I'm not quite sure what yet. But bear with me 1 second, boys.
Yeah. There you go. Somebody Chinese or Indians turned up.
Yeah. You think I'm fucking about, mate? That's exactly what I'm doing. I just give me the door number.
Is that the wrong door number?
Yeah, I got to the wrong door number. But again, brilliant racing from everybody. The main thing I really like about this place is, like, you can go places and they'll bump you and they'll give you the place back. I want to be in a place where they don't bump you.
Well, that's the aim.
And I've got to be honest with you, it's as close as I've found anyway to not getting bumped at all. It really is.
You've not had me behind you very much though, yet, have you? Not bumpable distance. No, not really. I'm joking, but no, that's what we aim for, mate. It is small bumps, rubbing paint, trading paint here and there. That rubbing is part of racing, especially in tin tops or saloon cars or something like that. But that's exactly what we aim for. We just aim for good, close quarters combat with each other, with minimal contact. So far, from what I've seen, you've hit the nails right on the head, mate. And it's not just me; it's everybody. Talleyrand drew up the idea and the ethos.
The group in general.
Yeah, it's down to everybody everybody that races to want that level of racing, and that's we're in a good place, mate. All right, fine. We don't fill grids, but we're not always fussed about numbers. We're more about how good and clean the racing is, which is we're in a really decent spot at the minute with it. So thank you.
Sweet. Right then. Well, okay. Thanks, Digi. I want to put you back into the audience because we've got to wrap up. Because Skyjacker's got to get himself off.
Yeah, because Mrs. Skyjacker won't ever go and pick him up.
I do when you're not.
Yeah, when I'm not here.
So
there you go. She's taking her headphones off now.
Good words, Digi.
Thank you, Digi. No, she's taking her headphones off now.
Yes, piping up. Look to say, why are you still here?
Yeah, basically.
Right,
yeah.
Well, that's it then. For a while, we'll work out. We'll work out a way to get this back on the air somehow, some way.
Sundays.
Maybe, possibly. I'm not for
we'll
Sundays.
work something out. We'll sort something. All right then.
Make it like a yearly thing. That'd
Cool.
Be nice.
A yearly one.
It'll be more special.
This is special. All right.
Yearly one.
Go on, sing
Busy
it. Wrap it up, man.
Out your hair for an hour.
Go on, wrap it up then.
All right, man. Well, nice doing this with you and all that lot. And hopefully we'll be doing it again soon, at some point.
Yes. All right then.
All right, man.
Take care.
Thank you everyone for listening to us. Waffle on. We didn't even get time to talk about it. Well, you only saw 15 minutes anyway, so there wasn't much to talk about. No. It went great.
No,
it was all right.
It was a procession. All those guys that missed V-Dub to watch Formula One.
Yeah.
What a waste.
Yeah, they missed the V-Dub session to watch the F1 session. And yeah, there's ideas for V-Dub. If it's not working after this next round, there's ideas of changing a couple of things. So
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
guys. Well, thank you for listening, and we'll catch you again on the flip side or something cheesy like that. And
Don't forget
join
to
in
like and
tomorrow
subscribe.
evening for the live stream of the GTMC. It's going to be a blast
At Nürburgring. Woo!
at the Nürburgring.
Matt's favourite.
Another one of my
place.
favourites.
Yeah. Right then. Good night, sir.
I don't mind commentating on that one. I just don't like driving it. It's just horrible. That first section of corners going down the hill to that tight left-hander and then going through the chicane bit is horrible.
Wait, you're
Not
talking
my
about
favourite.
GP?
Nürburgring.
Yeah, GP.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lovely track. What are you on about?
It's not one of my favourites.
That's one of mine.
I know. That's what
Right.
I mean. That's the beauty of race courses. Some people like some, and some people don't get on with some others.
Yeah, chalk and cheese.
And that's it. Cool. Well, thank you everyone for. I think I've gone now anyway. So we'll catch you hopefully for the live stream of GTMC and on Friday night for wherever we are with the Superformers. I think it's A1 ring.
No,
and
that's where we were.
Then
We've been at
oh, was that where we were?
already.
Oh, we've done that one then. I can't remember where the next one is.
Brands Hatch.
Oh, double treat then.
Yeah.
Brands.
Brands Hatch.
We must do it on purpose. We can't do it by accident.
it is by accident.
Oh.
All right.
All right, go and get your kid.
Yeah.
I'll see you all later. Thank
Good
you.
night.